After dropping off her son Evan with her ex-husband Cliff, Renee Morgan is abducted during a staged roadside tire repair by a 5-person team overseen by Dr. Nyman. Stunned with a stun gun, Renee is carried into the team's truck, chained down and transported to a warehouse laboratory where she is strapped to a table and held prisoner in a private room. With the entire operation overseen by Terrence, Renee is repeatedly tested and experimented on by Dr. Nyman, Dr. Raxel, Diana, Colette, and a bald man. Suffering from arachnophobia, Renee panics when Diane and the bald man test Renee by having a spider crawl on her. Renee eventually breaks free of her restraints and crawls into the ventilation system. Renee peeks into other holding cells and sees other captives being tested according to their fears. Renee makes her way to Blake's room and hides under his table when the doctors enter. Exploiting Blake's fear of snakes, the doctors cryptically reveal that they are using terror to initiate a DNA change in test subjects. Having failed his final test, Colette gives Blake a medication via a syringe, telling him it will sedate him and when he awakes, he will be back home. When Blake is wheeled out of his room, Renee uses the opportunity to sneak into the hallway through his open cell door and explore the lab. The bald man senses that Renee has escaped and instead of chasing her through the factory, he goes to a computer and uses it to locate Renee's location. He traps Renee in a room and uses gas to knock her unconscious. When Renee awakes, Terrence, Dr. Nyman, Diana, and the bald man demonstrate that Renee now has improved eyesight and hearing. Terrence explains that they were all humans once, but overcoming fear transformed them. They now believe they can cure humanity of its self-destructive tendencies by building their numbers and altering the gene pool. Renee is forcibly strapped into a transparent helmet in which spiders are released to crawl all over her face. Renee frantically tears at the mask and hits her head against the wall while the doctors observe. Suddenly, Renee is no longer afraid. She ruptures and the shape of her head grotesquely distorts, causing the mask to crack away from her head.